This is behind the code for Need for Speed The Run. I finally finished the whole game and played some multiplayer and done a couple of challenges, and I think I have a pretty good idea of how good the game is. I just want to make sure for you guys to understand that I'm not reviewing the game. This is personally my opinion of the game. I don't have the credentials to review or grade games. I'm simply making these videos to see how well I can make videos, how well I can commentate on the games, and plus it gives me an opportunity to play the games and do video editing, which I really enjoy. So to get back to the actual impression of the game, my first impression was really negative and kind of harsh, but that's what it was, because that's what I felt, what the game felt like when I started playing. If not for the second video, I would not have picked up the game again, and I would not have finished it. And it's a good thing that I picked it up and played it, because the game is actually pretty good, the gameplay specifically. I'll go over the list of some of my good things and then some bad, and I'll take a look at multiplayer and some of the challenges, basic overview of what they are and how they work. The good things about the campaign is the environment. There are really a lot of environments in the game. The desert, there's in the mountains with the snow, the plains, the storms, rain, sleet, night, driving in nighttime, in the morning, in the afternoon. You basically get a full overview of all periods of time. In my first impressions video, I really did not like the sun. I honestly thought the sun is going to be shining all the time and it would be really annoying, but there was a lot of different sceneries, different times of day, and it was actually it wasn't as bad as the first impression was. Especially the snow race. That race in itself just made up for anything bad this game had. It was just awesome for me, and if that was the only race in the game, I would have totally been fine paying $60 to play it. I love snow environments, and the race was awesome. I just loved it. It was perfect. Another thing that I enjoy about the game is the way they took upon themselves providing us with all these amazing cars. In older versions, with the unlockable cars, unlockable upgrades for the cars, you could only have about 3 cars which were fully upgraded, maxed out. But here, even though you do not have ability to customize your cars to the same extent as older games, it's still nice that I can drive 20 or 30 something different exotic fast muscle cars and all of that. I prefer this way, because throughout the game, for example, I can drive Lamborghini at the beginning of the game, and I can drive Lamborghini at the end of the game. It feels really nice. I don't have to drive a piece of shit car at the beginning and drive maybe 3-4 races and that awesome car at the end. So that is really nice. The gameplay, once I got used to it, it's good. I like it. I still wish that the game had more accessibility for drifting. It's poorly done. You can't drift well. If you're driving fast and you try to drift, you're probably gonna hit the wall or crash. I did not really like it. I like my drifting to be really good. Basically, when I was trying to make some of the corners in the mountain, I started thinking that I was that guy from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, at the beginning of the movie where he would crash his car like 2 dozen times in the parking lot. But that's beside the point. So the driving experience it's okay. You do crash decent amount if you're a fast driver, but you do have to hit the brakes pretty often on turns, but it's manageable. I really like that they incorporated another form of an enemy in the game, which is the mob. Cops just ram you, whereas the mob actually shoots at you, and it's a really nice change of pace for Need for Speed. That you have more enemies, and enemies not just in cars. For example, there's the helicopter, which is chasing you, and you have to dodge the spotlight, where the spotlight is where the bullets are gonna land, so you have to dodge that. It was really nice. Also, I've really enjoyed that the game actually had the evasive elements to it, sort of like a split second, but there wasn't as much slow-mo. Actually, there wasn't any slow-mo, but it was really nice to have something extra to look after, and it's good. It's good. It wasn't a lot of it, so that's also good. It was just those like, oh cool, there was something new in the game, man. I enjoyed that. I had a problem with the leveling system in my first impression video, but now after I played the game, the leveling system is, I see why it's there, and it's pretty good. It gives the game longevity, that after you finish the campaign, there are things to do in the game which will keep giving you points to level up, and then eventually you will unlock a new car or new skins. Basically, it's Call of Duty system, and it works here. It works because you finish your campaign, you get approximately 12 levels. That's what I got. Then you can do multiplayer, which also gives you points, or you can do the challenges, which also give you points. The more you points, so you, besides having the content to play, they reward you for playing. So those are basically mostly the good things about the campaign. There are definitely some bad things that I did not really enjoy, and which were really frustrating. One that was the boundary on the road, with the system of rewind and restriction how many times there are rewinds. I have a problem because sometimes you can be in the middle of nowhere, just like you can drive maybe 30 yards out of the way, and it doesn't reset you. You cannot move and be stuck in front of a telephone post, and it would not rewind, and you will basically lose the race because of that. Then there are other times where you drive normally, you did not crash into it, you did not go that far out of bound, maybe a little bit, and it would reset you. That's really annoying. Same thing goes for the cops. The cops here, they do not try to block you off, stop you, basically make you immobile and then arrest you. You basically go out of bound. You go out of bound your 5 times, you lose. So that was just frustrating. There is no standard set of rules for going out of bound. Sometimes it can be far, sometimes it can be pretty close to the road. So that is really comfortable when you do not know whether you'll go out of bound or not. You basically always have to stay on the road, which is kind of the right way to drive, but this is not a real race, so I think they really should have either made it extremely restrictive, where there is no way you can fall off the mountain, hit nitros, and pull at a 90 degree angle back onto the road, or make it extremely loose where you can drive off maybe 30-40 yards off the road and you can still go back. But I do not like that. No matter, there are no justifications. They either make it one or the other. Do not make it both. The checkpoint positions all throughout the game, some of them are good, others are just horrible. It's impossible. Basically, it can be near a turn, and the way the game is set up, that you never start at 0, so when it rewinds, you're basically going 100 miles. So if you're on a turn, you will fly out, and it'll go into rewind. You'll go back to your checkpoint, and you're stuck in the same situation. You hit the brake, you can start swirling around and go out again. So the checkpoint system can actually be really punishing. I guess that's good that it's punishing, but I don't think that was their purpose, to punish people. Checkpoints were more like forgiving, especially like there are notes that tips in the game that, oh yo, you can play easy, there are more checkpoints and more chances for mistakes. So their intent was basically to help people recover from their mistakes, but they simply cause more mistakes, and that's not good. The story is relatively good. I liked it personally. The interactive scenes, I don't think they were necessary, but they were good. So they're not necessary and they're bad, which would suck. But I would honestly prefer just to simply watch them rather than actually be interactive, because come on, I'm playing a racing game. This is not an RPG. This is not God of War. And God of War, I didn't like them either because there were so many of them, and you basically had to pay attention to the buttons rather than the actions. So I'm not a fan of those. Although in Batman: The Arkham City, I like that they're not intrusive to the experience of the actual cutscene. So that was pretty good. The biggest problem with the run is that, well, basically here's the thing. The beginning, I did not like it. The meta, I liked it. The end, as I was going through the last race for the first spot in the run, I was really excited. I was like, shit, I'll keep crashing. This is like the 4th time I'm crashing. I can't dodge these crates, and he's pulling away, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to replay. That sucks because the race is like 10 miles, so that's a longer race. And then all of a sudden, the cutscene pops up that I'm catching up to him, and we're dead even, and it's a straight road, and all I have to do is hold up my R2 button for acceleration, hit nitros, and boom, I win. That was the worst ending ever. It's basically, at the end they're like, here, that's it. We don't want you to play no more, just here's the win, and shut up, go away. It was like, why? It was just so unfulfilling that I was racing like throughout the whole country, from San Francisco to LA, and from San Francisco to New York, and the end they just say, here, you can have it. I'm shocked they would do something like that, and like, why? Why would you end the game like that? Why would you just like hand it over? Like, make people fight for it. Make the last race to be the hardest, not the easiest. I was losing. I should have lost the race. Maybe, I don't know. there is a possibility that the last race was like rigged, that basically at the end you will look like you're losing and then all of a sudden you win. But why would you rig the last race? Make it legit, not like, I don't know if it was legitimate. That's the damn problem with the ending, where they give it to you. Like, I guess I have to replay the game again to see whether they do it again. Like, under what circumstances am I definitely gonna lose the game? When I'm I don't know, 20 seconds behind my opponent, and will I lose the game then? Or like, why this kind of makes me want to cry a little bit. It was an awesome race, it was an awesome game, and the ending was garbage. Oh god, why would you do that? Like I had like, my views on the game kept changing throughout the game. It's like, wow, it's getting better, it's getting better. I want to delete my first impressions because it was so harsh and it was not what the game actually was. And all of a sudden it's like, bam. It's like, all my good things I had to say about the game were like, I guess I should keep the first impressions video up because, well, there are bad things about this game, and I am talking about them. Now, the game also has 2 more modes, which is a multiplayer and challenges. Multiplayer, there are 6 different modes. Basically, each mode is restricted. It has restricted set of cars in it, which is pretty good. There are 6 of them. First one is a mixed competition. Like, the second is exotic sprint. Then it's muscle car battle. The underground, I just tried it out. It's basically old cars. Old cars, they don't go faster than 140 miles an hour, and I did not really like it. There are 2 more locked, which I haven't unlocked yet, which is Need for Speed Edition Racing. I don't know what that is, and Supercar Challenge. I'm guessing that's something with the super fast cars. I know, kind of obvious, but okay. Multiplayer. That is the multiplayer that that I kind of waited. It wasn't that I waited. It's the kind of multiplayer that I was looking for. No open world. Straight up, you get placed into a lobby. There are 3 races. Each race gives you points, and then they add up. That's the kind of multiplayer I have been looking for in racing games. I don't want an open world. I don't want to drive around looking for people. It's just, I want to get in, race, get out. That's it. Nothing else. Although there is something that extremely has me baffled about multiplayer, is how people are placed into races. There is a total of 3 races. Each race you get placed in a different position, and each place you get into gives you a certain amount of points. The problem is that if you're queuing in to play, and there is already a match going on, a set, you get placed right in the middle of it. So, for example, there is 3 races in the set. First race already finished, you get placed in the second one, right in the middle of it. So you're automatically going to be behind everybody else. And in multiplayer, the timer before the race ends starts when the first person gets to the finish, and everybody has 30 seconds to get to the finish line. So there is a very high probability that you're not gonna finish the race. So basically, the first race you missed, second race you never finished, and you have a chance to play in the third race, which, even if you get the first place, you're gonna be at the bottom of the final standings. So you're basically kind of wasting time, and that is not and that is like, it's bad. There's no other word for it. It's simply bad. Like, let the people let the people that started the set finish it, and that's it. Like, even if there's one person left in race, just let him finish the races, give him whatever rewards you get from the race, and that's it. Oh yeah, the rewards. I really like that system they put in. Like, top 3 finishers get a car unlocked, or first place gets like 1,000 points. I really like that. I'm smiling right now because if you're a good racer, you get rewards. If you're a crappy racer, you can get shit. So I like that. Like, they reward you for being good. I really like that. I really like that. Now, multiplayer I discussed, and it's definitely multiplayer that I'm gonna keep playing because this is the multiplayer format that I have been looking for a very long time. I tried the split second, I tried the Burnout, I tried the Gran Turismo. I did not like any of them. This is the one that I personally been looking for. The challenges now. The challenges are basically parts of the run where you are under additional time constraint, and that's it. The faster you get to the finish line, the higher, the better medal you will get, and the more points you will get. Basically, well, challenges consist of the part of the run where you have to consecutively beat each person, where there are 3 of them. You get by the first one, there's a new timer, you get by the second one, there's a new timer, you get by the third one, there's a new timer to finish the race. That's basically the challenges, except there are much greater limitations, time constraints. So if you really want to challenge yourself, it's a good place to challenge yourself, because there are challenges and they're actually challenging. Like, I tried a couple of the challenges, and I did not do better than a silver in both of them from first couple of tries. So they're not gonna be like you get in and the first race you do you're gonna get your platinum. I think the highest one, platinum, gold, silver, bronze, or I don't know. The first one is it's something higher than gold, that's for sure. So it was really they're good. So overall, Need for Speed The Run I enjoyed it. I definitely do not regret spending $60 on the game. Multiplayer is exactly what I'm looking for. Campaign in itself was totally worth it. Beginning and the end were like, I wish you slap whoever came up with the beginning and the end. Like, slap him hard, especially for the end. Hard, like hard, like so hard that I can see your like engaged, like your ring, your pinky ring or something. Well, slap him hard, like hard, really hard. Challenges are what they're supposed to be. Challenges in multiplayer, I enjoyed it. So overall, I do recommend this game if you're looking for a racing game, and especially if you're someone like me. I think you can find out who I am pretty well from my channel and from how I look at games. So if you're someone like me, definitely get this game, but do not overlook the end. Like, God, I don't get it. Why would they did that with the end? Okay, whatever. So don't forget to like or dislike this video. Don't forget to leave a comment why you dislike it. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed these videos. And this has been Behind the Code with Mr. Gilo. And this is I'm recording this during Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving, and take care.